Have you ever heard of a bunker buster bomb? It is not just an ordinary weapon. It is a bomb specifically designed to destroy what is buried deep underground, heavily fortified bunkers, reinforced concrete shelters, or military facilities hidden dozens of meters below the surface. And in the world of deep penetrating weapons, there's one name that makes defense experts everywhere take notice: the GBU-57. There are many different types of bunker busters. Each one varies in weight, shape, and penetration capability. Others are more modern, like the GBU-28, guided by laser and capable of burrowing up to 20 feet deep, roughly the height of a two-story building. Some date back to the 1970s, like the BLU-109, powerful enough to punch through 5 feet of reinforced concrete. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? But all those names are just the opening act. Because when we talk about the pinnacle of destructive power, nothing is more jaw-dropping than the GBU-57, also known by its full heavy name, the Massive Ordnance Penetrator. Now imagine a massive metal object over 20 feet long, weighing nearly 14,000 kilograms, about the weight of a double-decker bus. It's engineered to drop from tens of thousands of feet in the air, relying purely on its own weight and gravity to smash through hundreds of feet of concrete. This is no ordinary weapon. It is a divine hammer built to take out targets once thought impossible to reach. And here's what makes it even more astonishing. No engine, no rocket propulsion, just a flying block of steel, guided by military-grade GPS and inertial navigation systems, maneuvering with precision toward its target, and then vanishing deep underground. So why does this bomb exist? Who created it? And what makes it stand so far above every other bunker-busting weapon ever built? In today's video, we're going deep, both literally and figuratively, into the design, mechanics, and terrifying power of the GBU-57. Every detail, every layer of steel, every component in this massive bomb has a singular purpose: to penetrate places no other weapon has ever reached. If you think you already know a lot about bombs, get ready to be surprised, because what you're about to see will completely change the way you think about the true power of modern weapons. And to bring this beast onto the battlefield, not just any aircraft can handle the job, only one, the B-2 Spirit. The stealth bomber with a design that looks like it came from another world is capable of carrying out this mission. But even with the incredible power of the B-2, it can only carry 2 GBU-57 bombs per flight, just to know more. And that alone says everything you need to know about the sheer mass and magnitude of this weapon. Now, picture a steel object, aerodynamically engineered, more than 20 feet long, nearly the length of a full-sized truck, and weighing 30,000 pounds, or nearly 14,000 kilograms. No wings, no rocket engine, no external propulsion. It simply relies on its massive weight and streamlined shape to silently plunge from over 10,000 meters in the sky, like a giant drill driving straight into the earth. The outer shell of the GBU-57 is crafted from high-performance steel alloy, built to withstand extreme stress, strong enough to penetrate more than 60 meters of earth and rock, or over 200 feet of reinforced concrete. That's equivalent to the height of a 20-story building. There is no known military bunker today that can survive a direct hit from this weapon. What makes it even more impressive is its near-perfect accuracy. The GBU-57 is equipped with high-precision military GPS and inertial navigation systems, allowing it to make real-time adjustments during freefall. That's critical, because this bomb has no engine for course correction. Instead, it uses tail fins, micro-controlled surfaces that fine-tune its flight path down to the millimeter, combined with the high-altitude drop. These micro-adjustments let the bomb glide through the atmosphere with incredible precision, striking exactly where it is meant to, even if that target is buried deep beneath the surface or shielded by layers of solid concrete. But a masterpiece of military engineering, a living example of the cutting edge in modern weapons design. This combination of massive size, overwhelming weight, and pinpoint guidance technology makes the GBU-57 not just a bomb. And within America's arsenal, there is no other weapon that delivers this level of no hiding place power like the GBU-57. It doesn't just destroy the target, it erases the very idea of a safe haven. So what exactly makes the GBU-57 so different? To understand that, we need to go back and look at the evolution of bunker busters, bombs specifically engineered to destroy deeply buried targets. It all began with a familiar name, A design that dates back to the 1970s. Weighing around 2,000 pounds, the BLU-109 was considered the gold standard for a long time. It could penetrate approximately 1.8 meters, or 5 feet of reinforced concrete, enough to destroy mid-level military installations. At the time, that was a significant achievement, but the battlefield evolved. Adversaries began building bunkers that were deeper, thicker, and more fortified than ever before. And so, technology had to evolve too. Enter the GBU-28, a smarter, heavier, and more advanced weapon. Thanks to this advanced design, it could punch nearly 6 meters into the ground, about the height of a 2-story building, at 4,000 pounds. It was twice the weight of the BLU-109 and came equipped with a laser-guided system in its nose. That alone was enough to impress. But hold on, because when the GBU-57 took the stage, it shattered all previous standards. If the BLU-109 was a sledgehammer and the GBU-28 a high-powered drill, then the GBU, or Massive Ordnance Penetrator, is a gigantic spear piercing the earth itself. With the ability to penetrate over 60 meters of hardened earth, or around 200 feet of reinforced concrete, the GBU-57 leaves its predecessors far behind. That is, nearly the depth of a 20-story building. A staggering image that forces anyone to stop and imagine the scale. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a quantum leap in weapons thinking. We've gone from conventional bunker-busting bomb to a precision device that can rip through the earth itself and hit targets once thought unreachable. And this comparison isn't just about the numbers. It's proof of how modern warfare pushes technology forward, relentlessly. And with every leap, we see the line between can destroy and nothing remains begin to blur. The GBU-57 isn't just more powerful, it redefines what power means. But the number that truly leaves people breathless is the depth the GBU-57 can reach, over 60 meters, or roughly 200 feet. At first glance, that might sound like just a measurement, but picture this. That's the height of a 20-story building, not rising into the sky, but driven straight down into the earth. Can you imagine that? A 14-ton block of steel with no engine, no rocket boosters, just raw weight, dropped from thousands of meters in the air, punching through layers of rock, concrete, and rebar, and not stopping until it hits the very heart of where the enemy is hiding. That's not just an explosion, that's a strike from the underworld. And what makes it even more terrifying is this: nowhere is truly safe from this kind of weapon. Bunkers once thought to be impenetrable, buried dozens of meters deep, wrapped in thick concrete, are now easy targets for the GBU-57. This weapon doesn't go after what's visible on the surface. It digs deep, tracks the target, strikes at its weakest point, then detonates. Unlike conventional bombs that explode upon impact, the GBU-57 doesn't aim for instant fireworks. Guided by military-grade GPS and inertial sensors, the GBU-57 doesn't need to search for its target. It already knows exactly where to go, and it never misses. One strike, one target, one impact, total disappearance. After being stunned by the terrifying, penetrating power of the GBU-57, there's really only one question left to ask. What's inside this bomb? What makes it the nightmare of every modern bunker? The answer doesn't lie in simplicity. It lies in the incredible sophistication of every single component that makes up this weapon. The entire bomb is encased in an ultra-durable ferrocobalt alloy shell, custom designed to withstand high-speed impacts. The kind that happen when tens of tons of steel slam into reinforced concrete from tens of thousands of feet above. The outer casing alone accounts for over 80% of the weapon's total weight, a ratio that makes it clear this isn't just a shell. It's an armor-piercing skin, built to rip through the underground world. Inside, the warhead is located at the front, connected to the body by a detonation fuse channel, which transmits the activation signal from the sensors to the explosive core. But what truly stands out is the tail fuse, the primary triggering mechanism of the entire system. It's designed for delayed detonation, allowing the bomb to penetrate deeply before exploding. maximizing the destructive impact at the precise moment. But this weapon isn't just powerful, it's also precise, thanks to a state-of-the-art inertial navigation system combined with military-grade GPS, all housed neatly within the bomb's tail section. Alongside it, a thermal battery, signal antenna, and data encryption unit, all compact, yet engineered for extreme precision. To control its trajectory during freefall, the GBU-57 uses for composite mesh tail fins. These aren't passive stabilizers. They receive constant input from the guidance system, adjusting angles and forces in real time to ensure the bomb stays on a laser-sharp path, even at hypersonic speeds. This isn't just a bomb, it's a masterpiece of modern engineering, where every screw, every wire, every inch of forged metal has been crafted with surgical precision and strategic intent. But the GBU-57 isn't the only bomb designed to penetrate bunkers. In today's modern arsenal, there are also its smaller siblings, less massive in size, but highly intelligent and remarkably effective in their own specific missions. One of them is a medium-range bunker buster, weighing around 650 pounds, and loaded with tritonal explosive, a mixture of 80% TNT and 20% aluminum powder, delivering a blast more powerful than regular TNT. If the GBU-57 is the sledgehammer of the gods, this smaller bomb is more like a razor-sharp dagger, sleek, agile, and precise. It features a specialized, slim design with a diameter of just 14.5 inches and a length of roughly 19 feet. This allows it to dive deep without tearing through everything like a giant bomb would. The strategy here is simple but brilliant. The smaller the cross-section, the lower the drag. And when released from high altitude, this bomb can pierce deep into soil or concrete without deflecting or bouncing off target. That makes it ideal for mid-depth targets, such as weapons, depots, communication nodes, or command centers buried a few meters underground. Internally, it's streamlined but highly effective. The nose is equipped with a laser sensor, allowing it to lock onto targets with precision. The midsection houses the warhead, while the tail end contains retractable guidance fins, which stabilize the bomb in freefall and make it easier to mount on a wide range of aircraft. Compared to the GBU-57, this compact bomb doesn't need a stealthy beta spirit to carry it, nor does it require extreme drop altitudes. It's far less expensive to produce, and because of that, it becomes a tactically versatile option across a range of combat scenarios. So even though it's smaller, it remains an essential part of modern strategy, a reminder that in the world of weaponry, bigger isn't always better and precisely targeted. Sometimes, true effectiveness lies in being lean, sharp, but what truly leaves people stunned, even in disbelief. ISNT, the structure or sheer power of the bomb. It's the cost to build it. According to estimates from the US Department of Defense, the total development cost for the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator could reach $500 million. That's right, $500 million, just for research, testing, and refining this one special type of bomb. And that's not even counting production. Each individual GBU-57 carries a price tag of around $3.5 million. It sounds outrageous, almost unbelievable, but put it into perspective. Each bomb is the result of years of development involving hundreds of scientists, engineers, and technicians, along with countless test flights, impact simulations, and microscopic adjustments to its guidance systems and aerodynamic stability. This isn't just a block of flying steel. It's a military engineering marvel, programmed to break through places that nothing else has ever reached. But the shock doesn't stop there. Compared to the GBU-57, previous generation bunker busters like the GBU-28, weighing about 4,000 pounds, seem shockingly cheap, costing only $100,000 to $150,000 per unit. The BLU-109, a standard from the 1970s, is even more affordable, anywhere from $25,000 to $84,000, depending on whether it's equipped with a JDAM guidance kit. Put those numbers side by side, and you start to see a staggering financial gap. You begin to realize that modern warfare is no longer just a contest of firepower. It's a battle of budgets, strategy, and technological investment. So here's the real question. Is it worth it? A bomb that costs $3.5 million, capable of destroying an underground complex worth hundreds of millions, or even stopping a war before it begins. It's not cheap, but sometimes the most powerful form of deterrence is the one no one dares to see fall. With each bomb costing millions of dollars, there is zero margin for error. The deployment of a GBU-57 is a process of absolute precision, where every decision is calculated like a high-stakes game of chess, because even a deviation of just a few seconds or a few meters could cause the entire mission to fail. It all begins high above the earth, and only a handful of aircraft are capable of carrying the GBU-57. The Beta Spirit, the legendary stealth bomber, is the ideal choice. As the aircraft approaches the target zone from tens of thousands of feet in the air, cloaked in full stealth mode, the bomb bay doors open, and the massive bomb begins its descent. There's no roar of engines, no rocket plume, just 14 tons of steel in freefall, guided only by a combination of military-grade GPS and inertial navigation systems. At this altitude, every millisecond counts, because the bomb has to see its target and adjust itself midair. That's when the 4 composite mesh tail fins come alive. Like tiny metallic fingers, they expand, tilt, retract, and adjust constantly, fine-tuning the bomb's trajectory based on real-time data. No engines, no thrusters, just a perfect harmony of aerodynamics, mathematics, and technology. Then comes the moment of impact. The bomb slams into the ground with devastating force, drilling deep like a massive steel spike, smashing through layers of concrete, rock, and reinforced earth, descending silently to its target, dozens of meters below the surface. And in that darkness underground, 2 detonation systems activate, one triggered by a sensor and the other by a time delay fuse. When all conditions are met, when the bomb has reached the deepest possible point, not a surface explosion, but an underground earthquake, powerful enough to collapse bunkers, obliterate command centers, and bury everything in its path, before the enemy even knew it was coming. When it comes to the most powerful no-nuclear bombs in the US military arsenal, many people often confuse the GBU-57, also known as the MOP, with the MOAB, famously dubbed the mother of all bombs. Both are massive. Both are devastating. But if you think they're the same, the truth may surprise you more than you expect. The MOAB, with a name that sounds like a global warning, the mother of all bombs, is actually an airburst weapon. It doesn't penetrate the ground. Instead, it explodes just above the surface, creating an enormous shock wave that flattens everything in a wide radius through pressure and sound. When MOAB detonates, it sucks the oxygen out of caves, tunnels, and open-air structures, effectively suffocating anything inside with its overwhelming blast pressure. On April 13, 2017, a MOAB was dropped on an ISIS tunnel network in eastern Afghanistan. The explosion sent a towering plume of dust into the sky and produced shockwaves felt miles away. But it never touched the ground. It detonated above the surface and has no capability to penetrate deep into hardened underground targets. The MOAB, or GBU-57, is the complete opposite. It doesn't create a dramatic fireball in the air. It doesn't roar across the surface. Instead, it dives silently and powerfully over 200 feet underground before it explodes. If the MOAB is a raging storm, the MOP is a thunderbolt drill, silent, precise, and aimed at places no one can see, where the enemy thinks they're safe. The MOAB is so massive it can even fit inside a bomber bay. It has to be dropped from a C-130 cargo plane using a pallet and parachute. Meanwhile, the MOP requires pinpoint precision, dropped from high altitude by strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit, and guided by military-grade GPS. 2 weapons, 2 missions, 2 attack philosophies, and now you can see clearly, they're not the same. They are polar opposites in the art of modern warfare. What you've just explored is only a tiny glimpse into the world of modern weaponry, where technology, strategy, and engineering come together to create tools that are both and deeply. From the MOAB with its massive surface blast radius to the GBU-57, the silent monster that penetrates deep beneath the earth, each bomb tells a story. Power doesn't just lie in the explosion, but in the precision and the mission it's designed to fulfill. If you found this content valuable, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We create original videos from scratch, carefully crafted to bring you the most engaging and easy to understand insights into military, science, and technology. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss a new upload, because we're just getting started. and there's a lot more fascinating content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.